everybody. This is Brian Holiday, and you are on The Dumbest Timeline. As you know, we don't live in the darkest timeline, folks. We live in the dumbest one. And this week, the first official episode, our guest, Akeem Hoyte-Charles.
This is the first?
This is the first. I've done one before, kind of just introducing the idea,
honored.
but yo, man, I'm happy to have you. I feel like this is the perfect subject to have a first with.
100%.
So all of you know, and we're going to do this, these are shorter episodes, and we're just going to talk about this one. Will Smith slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock for some odd forsaken reason at the awards. If you listen to Geektastic Cypher, we had Akeem on when we did that episode. He already said his piece on the specific slap. And then recently, our man's, well, I don't even want to say our man because I don't want to claim him as ours right now based on his stupidity, but Will is out here now finally apologizing. And I thought we would add Will's 2 cents that he had to say about what he did. And let's see if we can
wake me up when it's over.
Yeah, we're not going to watch the whole thing, obviously, but we're going to watch a little bit of it so that we can kind of just hear him out. Because I always say you can't judge someone unless you actually hear what they have to say. So I'm going to skip over all this stuff where he's, I haven't been here in a minute, blah, 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 and let's just start. So here we go. This is Will Smith's It's Been a Minute apology. It's available on his YouTube. At this point, it has 3 million views already, and it's probably been reshared in a whole bunch of places, reaction videos and all that shit that people probably are just like, sure. But this is us actually discussing why this is an example of us living in the dumbest timeline. Here you go.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable.
Okay, enough. I can't get through the whole thing because it.
You see my face?
Yeah.
You see my face?
The whole time.
This is more of the Hollywood nonsense.
Yeah.
That I'm just not mentally prepared for.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is some of the stuff that you're getting into acting and stuff like. I'm not even getting it. You've been acting. I shouldn't say getting. You're acting.
Well, I mean, I get what I'm still getting into it, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
I just think that when I see stuff like this, where, like we said for the awards, the fact that he went up, did that, sat down, won an award, and then the award itself never really apologized. He kind of just went about his business. Okay.
Everybody that was a part of that Oscars is a bitch. The Academy's a bitch. For real, no, it's real shit. The Academy's a bitch. Like.
Oh no, you muted. So don't forget, folks, Akeem's an actor, so sometimes he has like.
Succeed today.
Well, I for me, it's more a factor that sometimes I know you're getting calls for like auditions and stuff like that. So I know at any moment you might have to cut out. So I respect that. I'm not. See, there you go. You might have to go take a second. But I think one of the things he had already said when he did the show with us was that a lot of these people stood there and sat there watching this award show. Okay, I'll let Akeem finish.
God don't want to see me succeed. Hollywood's telling me to be quiet. Let me fuck off again. No. Essentially, everyone that was there was a bit. He should have left. Right? Yeah. He shouldn't have won the award. Like, if I was if I wasn't a presenter, I wouldn't even have presented his category. I'd be like, I'm not doing this. I'm not handing him an award for what he just did. That is assault, bro.
Yeah.
That is assault. And people just co-signed it. And then, even then, he made himself to be in the speech out to be the victim.
Yeah. That was one of the craziest parts for me. Like, again,
you just put your hands on someone.
Yeah.
And you're the victim.
Right. And again, this is the whole point of when I say we're in the dumbest timeline, not the darkest one. you know we're in the dumbest timeline when everyone sits there and watches someone assault somebody and then just gives them the award.
And they eating it up.
And that's a dumb timeline type of thing.
People are clapping. People are encouraging it. It's like, what are we doing? Is Hollywood that scary? Are there really that many powerful people that they're that scared to call out bullshit when they see it?
Right.
For real?
Right.
Like, in that room, I could just assume there were trillions of dollars just sitting in that room collectively. Sitting in that room.
Fair.
You're telling me you're that concerned about what you say about Will Smith or not clapping that you're not like you'll lose out, that you won't be good? Come on, dog.
Quick question. So I know some people, and I have to play devil's advocate because, my buddy always says this to me whenever I try and play devil's advocate in these situations. He's just like, "Are you hoping that we are actually better than we are as a people? Like when you play devil's advocate in these situations, do you do this because you're thinking maybe there is hope for us?" And I'm like, yes. So I ask you, do you think it's possible that everyone was so in shock that they didn't know, like, oh, I still don't know if what I saw was real. I'm just going to keep going on because everyone else is going on.
I don't think it matters.
Interesting.
Good point. I don't think it matters. I don't think whether you think it's real or not. For example, right? You know what's crazy? I've been watching Punk'd for the last 2 days. Old episodes of Punk'd, right? These are staged situations, but the reactions are real.
Right.
Like, even when you see like, that show, what would you do? What would you do, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, when you're put in those situations, you don't know if it's staged or not. And even if you do think it's staged, are you really going to take the chance and not do something?
Right, yeah.
Like, you don't sit there and be like, this might be staged. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that
is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that is crazy. You want to take the chance to be like, you know what, this might not be staged. I'd rather react and then be told, oh, my bad, we're playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then not react, and then it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all nonsense. And like, first of all, Chris needs about like $10 million.
Yeah, he just for the slap.
The man got slapped. The man got slapped in his face, and people went and so his tour sold out within minutes. But people, all they wanted to hear was what he had to say about it.
Yeah.
And nobody, he hasn't said anything about it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, there's no repercussion. It's like, literally, you can get away with doing whatever. And then, to add insult to injury, you turn it up with the trophy.
Right.
And now this man's banned. And now this man's banned from the Oscars. Like, what?
But let's look at the apology. So he apologizes to Chris. He apologizes to Tony, Chris's brother.
Tony Rock, yeah.
Yeah. And he apologizes to Quest.
Right.
Those are the three main apologies that he apologized to everyone, but those are the named people that I feel he says.
You saw Quest's face? You saw Quest's face after he won that award? He was just like, like Quest didn't even know what to do.
Yeah, and I think Will even says it like, I saw it in your face, like, I'm sorry I ruined that moment for you.
Of course, dog. And the crazy part is there are people that still like don't see the only victim in this. The only victim is Chris.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm a lie. That's a lie. All the other award winners of that night.
That's fair.
Because everything Will said in the apology, I said 3 months ago. And another thing, 3 months, bro, a whole season.
Yeah.
So you were soul searching for a whole season. What happened to the red table talk? What happened to the table? You
waited a quarter. You were like, what's a good business quarter? All right, I'm gonna hit in this quarter.
Right?
See if my stock can go back up. Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, come on. Like, and another thing is that we live in this age where people are just, no one wants to take accountability for shit. Everything's a goddamn mental illness. Oh, yeah. I fucked this person over because of my mental illness. Oh, I screwed this person up because of PTSD. And you know what the wild part is? You have half the people blaming him for saying it's PTSD and he's going through a lot. We need to empathize, blah, 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 blah. And then the other half who will make excuses for other people, but not for Will. Oh, he's a grown-ass man. He makes his own decision. Like, where's the line?
Yeah. No, I agree. And that's the crazy part with the situation. I think that everyone's deciding to try and pick a side when ultimately, again, if a comedian goes up on stage at the Oscars and does jokes, you can't be
Which is
mad
his
at the,
job.
it's his job. So for the people in the audience who are just like, it's about time that someone, then why are you watching it?
Why
You
are
don't
you
have to
watching it?
watch the Oscars. You don't have to partake in the
Ricky
farce that
Gervais
is
has been going to the Golden
right.
Globes and roasting fucking Hollywood for years now.
Years.
Ain't nobody ran up on him.
Right.
Not one person ran up on him. Ricky
Right.
Gervais. And the other thing that's annoying and that bothers me the most, about this, is that as black people, bro, we've been fighting and fighting and fighting for representation.
Yeah.
Not just on camera, but we've
Behind
been
the scenes.
fighting to get recognition on and off camera in
Yeah.
crew. However many years ago, Will Smith got passed up for concussion.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett-Smith hopped on her soapbox, made a post, said she wants to boycott the Oscars.
Yeah.
She wanted to boycott the Oscars
Oscars
because
so
Will
white.
Smith got
Right.
passed up for the fucking thing. Right, whether you agree or not, that's what she did. Now,
Right.
Will Smith gets nominated for the Oscars. Finally, after years and years of providing quality entertainment for us, from all the way from Fresh Prince to Independence Day to Men in Black to 7 Pounds, Pursuit of Happiness to all these movies, right?
Yeah.
There's more black people, Latino faces, right? Brown faces, all different Asian faces nominated more than ever. And a predominantly black crew
working the awards,
working the Oscars.
Right.
And this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah. And folks, this is why I say it's the dumbest timeline, because you can't tell me that we live in a smart timeline or the darkest timeline. This isn't the darkest timeline, because the darkest timeline, you don't have the award ceremony.
It's the silliest shit in the world.
Exactly.
And then you want to go to white people when white people don't want to cast us, don't want to work with us, and don't want to do this, and be like, well, they're problematic. This and that. You're giving them reasons to not do it.
Yeah.
You're giving them reasons. You're giving them. Remember that time Will Smith did this? Well, we gotta You're giving them reasons.
Especially like Will Smith has always been seen, and it's funny. I was just watching the episode of Grownish where Junior is on campus and he gets brought into the secret society. And sorry, spoilers, but
I gotta start watching that. Thanks.
Yeah, and one of the girls says to him, the only reason you got brought in is because you're the Barack. You're not a threat. You're just this guy that they feel comfortable around.
Yeah, and you're one of the good ones.
Right, that line. And that's what, like, Will Smith has always been, quote unquote, one of the good ones, and then does something like this. And like you're saying, and like we've all been saying, first of all, don't divide us into one of the good ones. That's already hella problematic.
That's already problematic in itself.
And then when you do have, and then those of you who are stuck in that mindset see Will Smith do something like this, you're just like, well, even the good ones can go bad. And it's just like,
you're giving them reasons, bro.
Anyone can have a bad day, but again, at the end of the day, that person has to be responsible for their actions. Whether or not you're having a bad day, you don't get to slap somebody.
People are allergic to accountability now, bro. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I don't know when it happened. But people are allergic to accountability. Everything is, bro, my mental illness has been acting up. This, that, and the third. Oh, I'm trauma. This, that, and the third. Bro, that doesn't give you an excuse to go hit people. If you're that problematic and you're that, stay away from people. Go get the help you need. You got this whole freaking, you invited this entire table into your house and an entire TV crew into your basement where you paid a mortgage to get shit out.
Yeah.
Get shit out. Don't put your hands on people.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. One of the major aspects of this whole conversation is you can have an issue that you're dealing with, but if you're choosing not to deal with it, and the only time you let out the aggression that you're feeling is in front of everyone, and you snap, and then you start off your apology by saying, "I was in a fog." It's like,
I was fogged out, but
it's like, oh, homie, what are you talking about?
Why are you doing an apology in a Q&A? Like, bro,
what is that?
Nigga, this ain't a TED talk. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like you're doing a whole apology and and you're reading this shit like Forrest Gump. Like, what were you? Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your award? Like, bro, what are you reading like that for?
Yeah, and don't, let's not act like you can't read cue cards. You're an actor
Right?
who's been witnessing it your whole life. Like and that's what makes this an even worse performance. And again, proves us we're in the dumbest timeline, because only an actor would go on to something where we've seen him his entire life act. We've seen him read cue cards. We've seen
Your
him
job
use
is to read,
teleprompters.
bro.
Yeah, do all of it, and then to sit down and, like you said, read like Forrest Gump, like all chopped up, confused, like, I don't know what I am reading.
Sound like you're having a stroke with
Yeah,
each word, bro.
like,
what is wrong with you, dog?
Will, I gotta say, you are once again the epitome of proof that, and it sucks to say it, but we live in the dumbest timeline, and you gave us a nice one for this week.
Son, I'm gonna say this. The world needs Will Smith.
Facts.
I'm not gonna sit here and say Will Smith changed the world single-handedly. He made cult classics. He's brought our given opportunities to people that look like you and me.
Right.
We need him, which is what hurts us the most.
Yeah.
Which is what hurts the most, is that you go around doing this stuff, and you're an entertainer as well. You've gone around and said some problematic shit before. Like,
you've made jokes.
Sit here and that was the lightest freaking joke ever. Like, he could have easily said, "Yo, Jada, you look like Will's co-star in I Am Legend."
the zombie dude.
Yeah, nigga, like, you could have said that. You could have said that.
Oh shit.
That's what I was thinking. But he didn't. Right? Like, it makes no sense how you could just be a part of Hollywood and then just go and share your opinion about everything to everybody. But then when it comes back to you, you can't take a joke. And I get it. Jada's probably, her insecurities are at an all-time high. She's going through it. I understand that. But you signed up for this.
Right. Also,
this
Jada
is what I
didn't
keep
ask
asking, like, would y'all, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, and this is where you find the validity of people's stance and the genuineness of people. Would people trade all the luxurious life that they have to get rid of the one downside? To get rid of the one downside. It's crazy. I saw this post. I saw this video. It was like this dude asking women these questions, and the dudes asked, like, ladies, would you give up all male attention forever? Any type of male attention to get rid of catcalling? And they're like,
oh, interesting.
They're like, I don't know. And I'm like, so, like, we get no attention at all? It's like, yeah, no attention. No male even approaches you, talks to you, flirts with you, nothing. Just to get rid of catcalling? And they're like, well, that doesn't seem like the best trade-off. And they're like, and I'll say the same thing towards entertainment. For all the downsides of entertainment.
Yeah.
The money, the luxury, the free shit, the being escorted, like, treated like royalty.
Yeah.
Would people trade that for the small downside of it? If that's the case, then give it up.
Right. That's the thing.
Simple. Give it up.
Yeah. You won't be a public target if you're not in the public.
This is what I'm saying. You chose this life. You decided to get into acting, and you knew what came with this life.
Yeah.
And you knew you know what these award shows about, and you know Chris Rock. Y'all known Chris Rock for years. Right. You know what it is at these award shows. Yeah. You know what it is.
Akeem, I want to thank you.
Build thicker skin.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Shit's annoying. And learn how to read.
Homie, I want to thank you. So anything you want to tell the people? Any last things you want to mention to the people?
Follow me on Instagram, Akeem Grams with a Z. Listen, people, believe in yourself, bet on yourself. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. Cancel culture is not real. And I have a special coming out. I have a special that I'm shooting if you're in the Vancouver area. September 16th at Levels Nightclub. Ticket link is in my bio. Early bird tickets are on sale right now for about just under $17. Come through. It's gonna be a vibe. I'm excited. It's gonna be lit. And yeah, bro, we're gonna keep working. I appreciate it. And shout out to Brian. Shout out to Brian for always being one of the media outlets to put me on before I was nothing.
Oh, hey man, you've always been. I regularly, anytime I talk to anybody, they're just like, yo, one of your best guests is Akeem. You got to get him to come on more often.
Thank you.
You are one of the best to have on. You always have something great to say. You
always been showing love. I love you. I appreciate you. And tell what's his face to stop being a bitch and hit me. Tobes, I'm waiting.
Toby's still ducking.
Tobes, I've been waiting. Toby fit.
Love it. Thanks, man. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget, you can always check out Dumbest Timeline. You can follow me. All my social medias is the same tag as it's written right there, at Brian Holiday.